Hello and welcome to Peterfield Golf Shop's Coaching Newsletter 5. So as you can see, I'm on my own this week. We've lost Alex. He's in the sunshine of Spain playing in a bit of a tournament. I've got the sunshine of, well, I've actually got quite a nice day, but I've also got the bright lights of our bay. But I think he might have the better deal. Anyway, so you can see this week we have a bit of a change behind me. For those of you that have been in the fitting bay before, you can see that we've got a new wall, we've got lots of new brands, we've got lots of new gear. So I've got the new TaylorMade driver, which I'm going to talk you through a little bit of. You see I've got a Titleist, we've got Ping, we've got TaylorMade, we've got Cleveland, we've got Mizuno, Strixon, Callaway's in here. We've got it all. So for those of you that haven't been in, it might be a nice time to get yourself across if you're looking into a driver or irons. We can fit you up, we've got a TrackMan set up. Looks pretty cool, mate. So, this week I'm going to talk you through a little bit of our classes that we've got going. So, towards the end of this week, on Friday, we've got our junior camp. That's going to run from 9 till 1. We've still got a few spaces, so if you have some friends, kids that you think would like to get into golf or have played a little bit of golf and we can help them, sign them up. They're more than welcome to join. The other thing that we've got on Friday is Callaway's Road launch, or all of their new gears launch. Now we have a lot of the stuff in, we've got all the shafts and heads and fitting and stuff. But we've got Alex coming down from Callaway, going to make a bit of a day from it. It's going to go from 3 till about 7 or 8 PM. You are more than welcome to come across. You can have a go, they're going to bring TrackMan and they're going to bring all of their gear. So they've got drivers, fairways, rescues, irons, wedges, putters. They've got them in left hand and right hand, but they've also got a massive shaft. So if you're thinking you need something a little bit more special like X-Flex, or you want to look a little bit deeper into what shaft you should have or what loft you should have, it's a really good day. And it's really open, so you can have all of the team from the shop. I'll be there to give you a little bit of advice or some help if you'd like some. Feel free to pop down. We're going to have a bit of a good time. I'm quite looking forward to hitting some more of this stuff. So, this week, we're going to talk you through, we'll get into the cool stuff. Now, we're going to talk to you through a little bit of driving and how we can maximise the best we can get out of the driver. Now, me and Alex did a clinic last week. We had 10 guys in here, and we had them hitting a few shots on TrackMan. We talked them through a little bit of their numbers to see how they could get the best performance out of their driver. Like how you can maximise distance, but also accuracy. And the biggest thing that I saw was that a lot of the guys hit down with their driver. So we have TrackMan, it measures angle of attack. Now, if we're hitting down on our driver, club head is coming down towards the ground, we can almost hit a little bit of the ground. So a lot of the guys are hitting it high up on the head. But to maximise distance, we want to flip it around, we want to do the exact opposite. We want you turning and hitting up on a driver. So the clinic was a brilliant day. We found a few guys, quite a few yards really from this. So just to talk you through some numbers, not to bore you, but if we're hitting down by 2 degrees, and we can flip that round, same club head speed, but get you hitting up by 2 degrees with a good strike, it can mean that you can gain about 30 yards. Now 30 yards is quite a long distance really. We've seen guys that come in for club fitting that are happy to gain 10 yards with a new driver. But if you look at just a little bit of technique, we might be able to maximise some more yardage. So talking about that, the clinic's quite good. We've got driving clinics, wedge clinics, putter clinics. They run on the next day that we've got with all 3 on is the 8th of April, which is the Sunday of the Masters. Me and Alex will be running those, so they're filling up quite quickly. So if you are quite keen, they're good days to be involved in. But back to this. So when we're looking at drivers, I've got TaylorMade's M3. Now this is a mega low spinning driver. That's what it's made for. And a lot of the drivers that have probably been released in the last 2 years have been geared for low spin. Now, if we've got a driver that doesn't spin much, you've got to think, how are we going to get it up in the air and get it airborne? And this is where angle of attack comes in. You've got to be able to show some loft to the golf ball and launch it high. Now, the top guys in the world these days, they're trying to launch it high, spin it low, and the ball keeps going. So you've got to think, if we've got something that's not spinning much, you've got quite a bit of an advantage from this if we can hit it airborne. It's going to cut through the wind. It's not going to hold up because putting loads of spin on the ball is like putting the brakes on. It's going to go more this way and then drop. Got less spin but better launch. We're going to get more of a rainbow flight. The other big side is if you're not spinning much, you've got to think you can't actually move as far offline. We can't create as much side spin. The ball can only obviously spin on one axis. We want to go in straight. So this is what we saw from our driver clinic, what most of the guys are doing, and this is then how we started to change a few of them to get the best out of it. So when we've got a driver, this is how I like to set up. Big one is where we put the ball position. So we want to see it inside our left heel. If it's too far back or it's back in our stance, it's going to encourage us to be able to have a bit more of a descending blow. So I'd like to see it inside our left heel. But another big one is the width of our stance. So if you're coming in and you're standing this way, it doesn't look very powerful, but it's also going to be very hard for me to sweep up into the golf ball. I like to think the insides of my feet are going to be on the outsides of my shoulders. Nice wide arc, helps me house some power, allows me to turn, and allows me to sweep up into the air. So now we get to the interesting stuff. So a little bit of fundamentals when we're setting up. Like see ball position inside our left heel, nice wide stance with our feet. And this is where a lot of people get confused. When we've got the ball position forwards, one hand is higher on the club than the other. You can see what it does to my shoulders. Feels nice and powerful. My shoulders are parallel to the floor. But if you're looking down the line, my shoulders one would be pointing left. And we really want it, so we're tilting. Now if we're tilting, you'll see that my left shoulder comes forwards a little bit, comes higher, but also I'm trying to tilt my spine away from the target. So now if I'm into this position, all of a sudden you can see, it looks like I'm going to be able to hit up on the golf ball. And when we're hitting shots, we want to try and recreate that position and try to keep in that position, really. We want to feel that we're set up this way, spine is tilted, we're going to try and sweep around our spine angle this way. So I'm going to hit a couple of shots, I'll pop some videos onto here so you can have a little look at our angle of attack. I'm going to try and hit some around the normal swing speed that we see for club fitting and the average club golfers. It's between about 85 mile an hour to 90 mile an hour, so I'll try and hit some shots like that. We're going to see if I hit down on one, what it does to yardage, but also if I can do the same sort of speed, but hit up on it, similar sort of strikes, and see what it does. So this is me trying to recreate the bad one. Not great practice, this one. Wouldn't recommend loads of you practicing this way. So you can see ball positions middle-ish, not middle-ish, but forward-ish a little bit, but you can see what I've done with my shoulders, my chest, so a nice good turn. Hit down on it. I can tell because I've hit higher up on the head, but also it's popped up in the air. Not a very efficient strike. So it's more, it creates friction. You've got to think if I'm coming down this way, it's a bit of a glancy blow. That's what can put some spin on, pop the ball up in the air. Now if I switch it round, I'll talk you through a little bit of technique. You can see my tee as well is popped down in the ground. So, now we're going to get to the good technique. Ball inside left heel, nice and wide. Shoulders tilted. You see I'm not doing it with my legs. I'm not doing this way, or my hips. I'm trying to keep my knees and my hips quite stable really. Bit of tilt with my spine, bit of tilt with my shoulders. And I'm going to try and keep this as I hit through and hit up. Similar sort of speed hopefully. Much higher launch, much cleaner strike really, so it's going to be more efficient. I've kept it similar-ish sort of club head speeds, so you'll see the difference in yardages. So hopefully this can help you out when you're going onto the course or if you're up the range. And if you are here and you see one of us floating about and you'd like some tips just to know, oh, am I hitting down on it, how can I hit up on it, come find us, we're more than happy to help. If you would like to see us cover anything else in a newsletter in future, drop us an email or comment on the video below and we can soon cover it. Our email address is wetalkgolf@peterfieldgolf.co.uk. We'd love to hear from you because we talk golf.